Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to a special Sunday afternoon session where I'm coming back on to finish, or actually start and finish the free readings from this morning's session. What a blessed weekend I have had. Have blown me away with your donations. I'm so grateful. It's what allows me to continue to live my dream and to offer all the free content I do. So, a big thank you to all of my donations that were made, all of my YouTube channel members who also your monthly contribution helps with all this, and anyone that has purchased my um, the services that I offer, which are all listed in the description box too. All of that helps, and I'm so grateful. Um, so there's no chat in this session because I'm not taking any new requests. I will be back Friday morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time for the next free reading session. If you want a reading between now and then, I do offer personal readings. All that information's down below if you're wanting to purchase a reading. Otherwise, I have a ton of free content. I've got Eclipse pick a cards that talk about how to use the most of that energy, and equinox, because we just went into the equinox, Aries season, weekly pick a cards. I have my podcast too, From Chaos to Cozy, that drops a lot of wisdom from spirit on how we can move through our life. So if you're not able to make a donation or purchase a reading, I get it. But there's a lot of free content there too that you can check into as well. All right. And then after I'm done with this session, I will post a comment and pin it with the order in which all the readings were completed. We got quite a few to do, so that'll make it easier for you to find your reading as well. All right, I think that's everything. Thanks for all the thumbs up. It does help the channel, and it's something everyone can do for free. Tells me you're enjoying the free readings too, and that they resonate. So I appreciate that. All right, so let's get into it. We had the first person for your reading, and thank you guys for your patience getting to your free readings, is Macaroni. So you wanted a general for next week. So let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about your next week? All right. So it is these two. All right. So I can do this. Here we go. I like this because the sun card is victory. It is abundance. It is, positive outcomes that come to light throughout the week. I like it because the Nine of Wands here represents maybe what has felt like an energetic barrier in the past, like something that's been keeping you back, keeping you from moving forward, keeping you from getting abundance, a job, a promotion, you know, love, whatever it is that's been holding you back. It's like here's the light at the end of the tunnel that has come about here, and it's allowing you to move forward. And so there is this opening next week. A lot of it has to do with you taking back your power and your energy, realizing that um, it's like magician energy. We don't sit waiting for something to come to us. It's like we put our intention, our energy, and we move towards something, not focus on sitting wanting, but on being and doing. So I like that because you do have this success, this brightness that comes about it here. What else? I just feel like there's a big aha that comes in with where you focus your energy. Wherever they have one of those, one of the giant staves was one of those that was in the wall, and they've taken it back. And in doing that, that's what opens up the barrier for them to slide through. So I do feel like there's kind of this message of taking back your power, realizing whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. Whatever you focus on is what you draw into your life. So your current life situation, I know we don't like hearing it in the beginning. Whatever comes in, we've drawn in, we've asked for, and it all is always for us. Sometimes we don't see it, but when we learn what we need to learn from it, and we move our focus from a lower vibration that's related to the roots of fear to higher vibration of that of gratitude and joy and laughter and unconditional love, that's what transforms things. That's part of taking your power back. So I feel like that's what they're wanting you to know right now, macaroni. So hopefully that helps, and many blessings to you. And then Johanna Urison, you are up, and you want to know what's the general energy for you now? And I saw afterwards, I didn't get to see it while I was live about the video that you did. Um, it had to do with rap, but it wasn't Swedish rap. It was I forget. I think is what it what you said it was, but it's funny the synchronicities. That was funny. So sorry. All right, so let's take a look here. What's the general energy for you now? Let's see what they have here for you. All right. This one and this one. All right. Got some nice emotional stability that's really coming in here. And with the Wheel of Fortune, it's, a very positive thing. I feel like there's some wheels that are turning, some things that are changing, and it does require some endings and beginnings. It takes, like, for the clock to go to the next hour, it has to let go of the past hour. So for this movement, this progression that's coming in here, there is some changes that come in, but I like the Four of Cups because it is this fullness of emotions that is being shown to you here, and the trusting that whatever unfolds in your life, the tune of for you, it's the four tune, that you do know that it's for you, that there is this higher love that's looking out for you. I like this, how the Four of Cups has the Ace of Cups being offered from a cloud, from the above, from the ethereal. And it's this opportunity. I feel like it's happiness being offered to you, though, as well. So I just feel like your overall energy just feels very abundant, feels very joyful, joy filled, as well. And I like this. It feels like you're in this nice pocket of things aren't like whoa or whoa. You're just in this nice little riding the wave and enjoying the moment. And I like that energy. It's being here now. Like we are just finished up reading The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Beautiful book, and I feel like that's like you're in the moment, and I like that. So that's the energy that's coming in, Johanna. So there we go. Other things to turn and churn and come forward here for you, but just enjoy that moment that you're having in this nice, peaceful, blissful place. All right. So that's what's coming in. So many blessings to you, my dear. And then Ateshi Singh, you are up. So a general for next week in your external world. So what's going on in your external world that spirit wants you to know next week? All right. Yeah. Well, you get two Pentacles cards, which is about the outside world. There is this balancing with the Two of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles is about being true to the authentic you. And, I feel like next week here is this, nudge to, with the stuff that's happening, balance your time, balance your external physical energy between things that, like work, things that you're like, wow, but also things that are truly for you, your creativity, allowing yourself to express your creativity. So it's not all work and no play. I feel like they want you to balance your outside world next week. It's important for you to rest and relax. And it's like next week just feels here with this sometimes we just need to know, like, why am I doing all this? Am I doing it just to exist? No, I'm doing this to live. And so I'm working and doing all this stuff because I want to live life. But if you're working all the time, you end up feeling like you're existing. So it's important for you to do some special things. If not every day, try to do it every couple of days, something special for yourself, that just allows your creativity to go, but also just allows you to feel good about, you know what, I'm enjoying this life, and I get some of the benefit of all the stuff that I'm doing. So do some special things for you. For you. Now for others, not this week. It's for you. Well, you can do stuff for others, but you first. Okay. All right. So that's what's coming in for you, Ateshi. I like that. So many blessings to you. And then lovely, you are in. You want to understand the personality of the person on your mind. Which one? Which of their multiple personalities? Are they a Gemini? Are they Aquarius? Geminis are the split personality of the zodiac, and Aquarians, me being one of them, multiple personality. So you got the Two of Cups, and you have the World card coming in here. Now, this, the personality of the person, yeah, maybe they are a Gemini. That they have 2 sides of them. If they are a Gemini energy, I do feel like the personality they have, you know, with this, world card too, it's like when they were growing up, they had to have, hide and push down who they were and had to play this part of who they were. And so they do have this, you know, I want to say a facade or a mask, but they have this again a personality that they have for everyone. But when you get to know them, then you get to know the real them. And a lot of humans were all like that, but this is like it's almost like it feels Gemini-ish, where they have one that they have out here that is always there, and it's a strong like people will never know this inner one while they're just in this shallow like people who they work with, people they interact with, even some friends, but the bestest friends, um, are the only one. Even families out there, a lot of them don't know this individual deep person. And so you might be picking up on going, I feel like I'm confused. Like you're seeing, and well, I mean, everything I just said is for those that are not empathic. They don't see, all they see is that one. They never see this. But that's the thing about people who are very empathic, which of course you have this strong sense of sensing things. We tend to freak out people that have those walls because they turn around and we're standing behind them going, "This is interesting. What's this in here?" And they're like, "Go, how'd you get in here?" That's what I feel is you're picking up on. You sense this personality that they're showing everyone, but you really deeply sense the inner person that's going on. And so they needed that. And this world card here is like this ending of an old cycle, beginning of new adventure. And there's this interesting time in their life that's going on where they're in a way trying to mesh them to come in together. It's like they're slowly bringing this person on the inside out. It's very confusing time for them because it's like trying to mix oil and water. If you wait too long, they separate again, right? If you shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, it's like, okay, get it while they're, pour it on your salad while it's all together, right? Oil and vinegar, right? Not oil and water. That would be kind of gross, but they're trying to have this joining together of their personality, their inner and their outer to reflect who they are. And they're doing it slowly because they want to test to see, do people notice? Are people upset? Are people freaking out? And eventually they're going to get rid of a lot of the personality of the outside world as they emerge from it. So I feel like you're feeling this emergence. I feel like you're picking up their confusion too, in addition to your own confusion of, wait a minute, I feel like there's two people in there. And it's like, because there are. One's a fake facade. The other one is, the personality that they feel they are, which all is illusion, right? This whole character is an illusion. Our powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit self is our true self. This is just a character I'm playing. Sometimes we play split characters in the same body, right? But I don't feel like it's schizophrenia. The disclaimer, I'm not a licensed practitioner, but that's not the energy that I'm picking up on there. So hopefully that helps. Lovely. That is what they have for you. And then Lynx Lee, you are up. So who is coming towards you? All right, let's take a look here. All right. Right now there's this energy here of, you know, this individual who's really going through a big change of mindset. I mean, the 6 of swords is leaving behind thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, those fears that no longer serve. The 8 of swords also is, both of these are flowing energies, even number energy cards are flow because you have like even numbers on each side and this flow in the middle. And all this is about the mindset. So it's someone that's going through a huge change in their life where they're letting go of a lot of their old belief systems. It's like someone going through their Saturn return, which would be anywhere from 25 to what, 32, 33, 34 years old, is when Saturn starts impacting us because it takes 28, 29 years for Saturn to get back to where it was when we were born. So our first Saturn return, because it's so far out, 5 years on either side, starts influencing us. And I feel like this person who's coming towards you is someone that's right in the middle of it. So very conflicted, wanting to let go of things, struggling to let go of old ways of thinking, old ways of being, all that family and culture, everything that was grown up is like had rolled over so much of them. And they're kind of in this freedom stage. They're struggling, but I also feel like they're acting like a rebel. So you might have come across someone that you're just like, wow, you are unstable. And it's because because they're in between leaving all of this old beliefs and trying to discover who they are. So they might seem a bit lost around you. But this is someone who is coming towards you. I don't necessarily feel, well, I feel like it's the intention is romance, but you're like, I'm going to friend zone you because I feel like I don't want to be around, this firestorm that's going on inside your head. And once you figure things out, I don't want to be an experiment. I want to, I'd want to be, something that's solid and meaningful. But I feel like they're so unstable right now with not knowing who they are and what they want. You're like, that's okay. But, I can be your friend because I feel like you need one. And I feel like you can be a grounding energy for them. You can ask them some tough questions because I feel like when you don't have nothing's at risk with someone, you'll just tell them like it is in a loving way, but you don't hold back. You're like, "Have you ever thought of that?" And they're like, and you're like, "Okay, I'll go think of that." "Okay, good. Let me know if you have any questions." Do 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 do. You go about your business, right? So I feel like you can be a help for this individual, though in the beginning it starts off, romantic interest, you do put them into the friend zone. All right, so that's what's coming in for you, Linksley. You want a project, you want a summer project, right? Or spring, fall project. All right, sorry, your guides are funny. That's what they have for you. All right, and then Anu Priya, you are up. So, how does he find you? All right, let's take a look here and see um, how he perceives you. I feel like is like what you're wanting to know is, you know, not like how he locates you, but how does he find me? What does he think of me? Right. Well, I like this. So they do see you here. They see you as emotionally stable, and they do have emotion for you here. There's some liking, not so much to the love point yet, but the Page of Wands. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. The Page of Wands, they see you, they're attracted to you, the energetically and physically, but they perceive you as someone emotionally stable and someone that's very passionate, um, as well, very energetic and outgoing. They just feel like you are like a bright little light. And so it brings in good things here. I mean, I feel like the Four of Cups also, this brightness is like they see you as someone who looks on the brighter things of life and happy and, finds the silver lining and that type of energy. But on their side, they do feel, there's some emotion there. I don't feel like it's blown like, whoa, but passion, of course, is there. That's usually there first, right? And then emotion comes later. Gotta have the attraction. We want it all, but, it's there, but, it'll grow over time. But, right now, that's what it's mainly attraction, and then there's emotion there, just, you know, comparing, a lot of passion, emotion. All right. So hopefully that helps Anya Priya, and that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. So sorry, I got a frog in my throat, so I do apologize. It's just getting all these readings get me all choked up. I'm just kidding. All right, then Anjou 777, you're up. So messages from your future spouse. Let's see, what does your future spouse want you to know right now? All right. All right. Well, what is all this about? Okay. Well, I see. All these are the same. It's like four cards. What is this? But you really get two cards. You got the chariot coming in here, and then you've got all these pentacles. You got the page of pentacles, the ace of pentacles, and the three of pentacles. And all of this has to do with this message of all these pentacles are being true to your authentic self. It's about you discovering your worth in a whole new way, and that your worth independent of what other people think of you. And that means the outside world is retail price, right? And this when we look at that and we define ourselves by what we think we're worth from other people, or what other people think of us, that's retail price. Constantly changing, we end up on the clearance rack. So they're having you this message saying, if you're turning inward and upward, finding this energy, finding, this worthiness of who you really are, discovering how priceless you are. It is a transformation for you. It helps your vibration go faster, and it draws you guys in faster. So looking inward and upward for your self-worth instead of the instability and fickleness of the outside world really helps draw you guys closer together faster. And it is part of how you guys meet. And what I mean by that is, um, because of your confidence that builds, it's like you'll accept an invitation to something or do something you normally wouldn't, and that's where you meet them. And if you don't do that, then it's delayed, and you miss the first opportunity to meet them, and then maybe the second, and maybe the third, you meet them like later. And this is what this power of choice is coming in here, that you get to choose what you focus on each moment. You get to step into that power again of you get to choose the story, the emotion, the energy, and your physical actions. And you get to determine it all, not anyone else. But we get sucked into, okay, popular opinion growing up. When that happens, this is the story I'm supposed to put to it. These are the emotions I'm supposed to feel. These are the energy I'm supposed to best, the actions I'm supposed to take. But that means we're at the whim of what happens in the outside world when we believe that, when we believe those old stories and opinions. But when you discover your own, then you don't care what comes next, because you get to decide. I don't care whatever result. The result is going to mean this. I'm going to feel this way about it, and this is the action I'm going to take around it. I get to decide. There's this power that steps in. This is what they're encouraging you to look into and do and grow that. So I like that. If you want any guidance on that, my podcast From Chaos to Cozy, you can find that. It's free on my main page. You can find it talks about how to move from that lower vibration to a higher vibration as well. So feel free to check that out. Right, and that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. And then Minahil, hello, hello. So general love reading. You are single. All right. So what do they want you to know about love, 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 love? All right. Well, I do feel like you have here, I mean, you've got a king and a queen here. And what's interesting about this is that, like, this is the love that's headed your way in the future here. You got the King of Pentacles, who very grounded, very earth energy, but behind every king also is air. So they're also have this intelligence and ability to communicate. You are the Queen of Cups, and all the queens get a second portion of cups. So you're very emotional. You're very, uh, the master of emotion. You're able to swim in it. You're able to have strong empathic abilities, connect to spirit in great ways too. And I just feel like they're saying that, the individual that's coming your way may not feel like you have a whole lot in common with them because you are all two cups of water. They're earth and air. And though it's like, well, that doesn't really seem like it's compatible. But when you add water to earth, you get mud and you're able to build, and then the air dries it, and it has this completion to it, has this solidity to it. So I feel like, just keep an open mind about who you think it's supposed to be, and just realize that, okay, that we can complement each other with our differences as well and combine things together. So try not to have a list of, well, it has to be someone who's da da da. Just say, you know what, I trust you, creator. You're going to bring the perfect person in the perfect time in the perfect way, and we're going to be compatible. And I feel like that's what spirit wants you to know right now. Don't give up hope, but don't over restrict things either. Be open minded. You're already open hearted. Just be open minded. All right. So that's what they have for you, Minahio, for right now. So many blessings to you. And then Marie Jones. Hello, Marie. And you would like a work reading for next week? Absolutely. Let's take a look here. So, what do they want you to know about work for next week? All right. So you got some choices. Like, what week don't you have choices, right? But here you do. You have the Two of Swords, which is like a choice between head and heart. But also, I just feel like there's decisions to be made. You have the Six of Pentacles here. So there's this balancing also going on. Both of these are balancing between head and heart. But I do feel like there's this communication that's coming in that and maybe you're getting your annual review, or you're getting a bonus, or you have some sort of feeling of abundance coming in to where enough to where you feel like you're able to give to others too in whatever manner this is. But it's interesting because I feel like you get mixed messages coming in here, because it's like, well, wait a minute, you told me this, but you're giving me that, and it doesn't add up. And so I feel like there's a need for clarity that comes in next week. And of course, Mercury retrograde tomorrow. Whoop whoop. I might even do a video for tomorrow about we're already feeling the pre-shadow of Mercury retrograde, but it can impact communication. So don't be afraid to ask for clarity around this abundance, around these things that are coming in, because there is this challenge of communication that happens next week. And I feel like you can, just ask, ask in a kind way. Not, what the heck is this? Which I never think you would do, because you're very professional. But you'd be like, so when you say this, can I just ask for some clarification? And they're like, oh, no, that's not what I meant. You're like, okay, good. Just wanted to make sure, because that makes more sense now. So I like that for you. It feels like a week of, it just feels good. It feels like a good week. Just don't let the challenges with communication frustrate you too much. All right. So that's what's coming in, Marie. I like it. Many blessings to you. All right. And then up next we have Jeep. So Jeep, your free question, and thank you again for all your donations earlier. You wanted to know what advice for the month of April. So yeah, well, I think you had a bunch of beginnings and things. Let's see what advice they'd like to give you for April to help April be the smoothest, peaceful, most abundant, loving, and joyous month. Let's take a look here. Yeah. Both of these cards really represent stepping out of all the expectations and allow yourself to have this adventure free of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos, have tos and musts. Because the Eight of Swords represents, you becoming aware of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have made you feel blinded and bound and trapped here. And it can be about anything. It can be, a lot of stuff we have all these roles growing up with, right? But the full card is this it's the follows the world card, which is endings and new beginnings in this adventure, like a kid who hasn't been told a lot of rules and knows and all this. They just look at the world as full of possibilities. So a lot of this is getting out of your head, getting out of those fears, seeing things from a higher perspective, and which allows you to experience things completely different when you don't have attachment to the outcomes. A lot of our fear-based rules are about things are supposed to be something, and when they're not, it freaks us out. I love Byron Katie. If you ever have a chance to check her out, her name is Byron and then Katie. She's got a YouTube channel, and then her website is thework.com, just THEWORK altogether.com. And she has a process of, you know, it's called a judge your neighbor worksheet, which you just you think of a situation that's really, you know, making you, bubbles up within you, just let your ego throw up on the paper, right, 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 fill out all the questions. There's beautiful turnarounds and there's freedom. But the whole reason I was going that way was with all these thoughts and these beliefs and these mindsets. It's like when our expectations battle reality, it loses. Our expectations lose, our thoughts lose, but only 100% of the time. So when we're battling reality going, "No, it's not supposed to be that." One of the things that she says is, "You know how you know that that's supposed to be, happening?" "No, how?" "Because it's happening." If it wasn't supposed to be, it wouldn't, and it's like, "Huh, you make some sense, Miss Katie." So, I feel like that's what they want you to just recognize is they get out of your head of all these supposed tos and shoulds, and when it battles reality, just kind of go, "Okay, well, evidently my expectation for this is off, and so let me set that to the side, and let me look at the situation for what it is." And then you either make a change, accept it, or move through it. So some great energies with that. I think I told you about The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, because that's a lot of the stuff we just finished reading that here. So if that resonates, definitely I feel like this is a big piece of ahas that help you come back to here. Because when we're in the future, we're stressed out, right? When we're in the past, we're depressed and sad and ugh. But coming back to the moment is where we find peace and serenity, right? Yeah, and we did talk about, do I need to calm down? Yes, you need to calm down. So that helps you calm down when you come back to the moment instead of being so focused on outcomes in the future. I like it for you, Jeep, and everyone's on that journey, so, you're not alone in it, but, there's some great things that you can learn through that. Alright, so many blessings to you, then great courts, you're up. So what else is there to know about this person coming in? Alright, let's take a look here. What else? What other tidbits of information that they want you to know here? Okay, that's a lot of cards. Don't think that was it. Let me just reshuffle these. Alright. Alright. So this individual with the Seven of Wands and with the Ace of Pentacles, it does show that they've had a lot of progress, that they have stood out, and they're not afraid to stand out to get what they want either. Um, and I don't feel that doesn't feel quite right. What they mean is like they're not afraid to be seen when they accomplish and do those things. They're not afraid to stand out. That's a better way to put it. They don't hesitate going, well, I want that, but I don't wanna, I don't want, don't wanna shake and rattle cages and stuff. They're like, "You know what? No, I deserve it." So there's this confidence that comes in here where they're like, "No, it's alright. People are gonna feel what they're gonna feel. I'm not gonna be a douchebag." That's funny. So they got a great personality. I like this because they're like, "Oh, I don't need to be a douchebag. I'm not gonna be a douchebag about it, but I'm not gonna be arrogant. I'm gonna be confident." Arrogance is, "I'm better than everyone else." Confidence is, "I know what my abilities are and what I'm able to accomplish." So I like this confidence that comes in here. The sun shines, doesn't ask permission. It doesn't dim its light for anyone. It's like, I am who I am, and I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do unapologetically themselves, but not a jerk about it. So I like that great quartz. It's a little more of a tidbit of who they are. So many blessings to you. And then happy pill, you want angel guidance and love. All right, let's take a look here. Let's see what they want you to know here. All right. So you do have, the angel guidance is, it's important for you to take care of yourself with this Queen of Pentacles, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, taking care of you, looking at what no longer serves you, both in the stories that you tell yourself in your head, the emotions that you feel, the energy that you have bubbling within you, and the actions that you take in the outside world. um, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture too. I feel like if you step outside into nature, get outside, get away from the chaos, you'll gain clarity on what you're ready to let go of. Because regarding angel guidance and love, they're saying that it's time to make space for this newness, this birthing of a relationship. Because the Knight of Cups is movement in, and they're even coming here. It's like, here comes this knight approaching your throne to offer you the love of that Ace of Cups, the chalice. So, but I feel like in the meantime, before that happens, Spirit is having you, and your angels, are having you focus in on decluttering these thoughts, decluttering these emotions, decluttering this energy, decluttering your physical world. And it's to prepare, not that they're going to move in, at least not right away. But this helps, the decluttering of the physical world helps spawn the decluttering of the inward world, and the decluttering of the inner world also sparks decluttering in the outer world. So I like that for you, and that's what they have for you right now. Happy pill. So happy spring cleaning. All right, many blessings. And Julie, you are up. So you going to travel to the other place in the next month? All right, let's take a look here. So in April, are you going to be traveling to this other place? Let's take a look here. See what they have to say. I don't feel like this month you are. This 7 of Swords is about some things that don't turn out, something that's stolen, an opportunity that's stolen. I just feel like there's some al altercations with any kind of travel that this is like, "Okay, I can't go." But maybe the next month, because the Empress card is about new birth and creativity and abundance, and I feel like that does happen. But I feel like for April, I feel like the 7 of Swords is like there's some shaking and rattling that's going on, which is probably a good idea anyway, because though you can travel during a Mercury retrograde, there's usually some little delays and blah blah blah. So you could be being saved just from some things, but just trust that whatever is unfolding is keeping you safe, and that you're able to travel in May. If you're choosing there, but I feel like this next month. That travel doesn't happen, but it's doesn't happen because it's for your advantage not to. And Spirit knows, and then that's why they're just like, oh, we're going to nudge that off until this other period. So that's what's coming in for you, Julie. So many blessings to you. And then new love. Hello, hello. So you want to go, why did P, they didn't talk to you last week, but they sent you a text message instead with information where he could have just told you in person. Okay, what is going on with P? All right, what is happening here? Let's get some info. So I mean, you got all this divine feminine energy coming in here, but we got the queen. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to flip you off there. We've got the queen of pentacles and the queen of swords. Queen of swords is about communication, um, and but the mother there's mother nature, mother nurture energy with this queen of pentacles. So, and we even have the high priestess, which the high priestess, she steps back away from chaos, connects upward, inward, down below into emotions and all this. And so I feel like with these two cards, there's a lot of, you know, energy that comes in here with um, taking time for themselves. They're really doing super reflection. And with that Queen of Swords, they're balancing their communication and their emotions. And so they just don't feel like interacting with a lot of people. Um, if they don't have to. And so, like, oh, I can send this by text. And then they just kind of want to be alone. They need alone time. And whatever's being triggered. Eclipse energy impacts us all so much. We just had a full moon, and not a full moon. Yeah, we did have a full moon. It was a lunar eclipse on, on last Monday, and that was in Libra, which is the we, and it's all about uh, these energies that have to do with us and other people. And the full moon energy can be overwhelming, especially with all this eclipse energy that happened with it. So I feel like if you just give them the space and step out of fear around the situation, and if you want communication with someone, it's like if we focus on what we're not getting, then we're asking to not get more of it. When we focus on the gratitude for what we did have and do have, then we get more of that instead. So I feel like if we maybe adjust a little bit and just go, you know what, I'm grateful for that time, and I'm grateful for that time, and I'm grateful for that time. When we had that conversation, just be grateful for that, and then that energy attracts more communication rather than thinking and focusing on, they don't communicate with me anymore. And then what does that do? That energy reinforces with the universe going, I don't want them to communicate with me because I like feeling this way. Like, okay, no. So we can change those energies in the meantime. But I feel like they're just going through some stuff, and let them, give them that space, and things will flow back eventually that way. I just feel like they got a lot going on, and they're just kind of to themselves a bit. So that's what I'm feeling there. So many blessings to you, new love. All right. All right. So that was that. Let me move this over here. There we go. Then Kritika Sayani, hello, hello. So will you get a job as a sales manager in St. Gobain Company in Bangalore? All right, let's take a look here. At first, I thought that said goblin. Like, Saint Goblin. That sounds like what is that? A game? A game store company? Let's look here. So, based on current energies, will you get a job here as a sales manager? This place here. All right. What do we have here? Okay. Sorry, let me just cover up some stuff here just to make it PG for YouTube. You got the Star card and you got the Page of Pentacles. You know, if this is your dream come true, then that Star card is saying yes. You know, Page of Pentacles is a new opportunity opening up for you. But they are clarifying, you know, but if that's not your dream come true, then either it won't they won't offer you the amount, or they won't offer you the job, or it'll be delayed or whatever. If there's something that's more in alignment with living your dream and expressing your true self to the outside world, right? You know, how do you uniquely want to share your love with the world in your own special way? And you know, what makes your heart sing, what makes your heart feel full? If you're like, yes, this is what I want, this is like, the dream job I'm looking for. If it's not, reevaluate and go, what is it that you want to focus your energy on? You know, we're only on earth in each lifetime for a certain amount of time, and we spend time experiencing, existing, and trying to live up to all these expectations, but it after a while, just, I can't stand it anymore. You know, the fear of being myself, um, outweighs, you know, that ugly feeling of not being our true self outweighs the fears of rejection for not doing what everyone thinks we should do, right? So I feel like, you know, you have this possibility of going that direction, and very positive if that's your dream come true. But I feel like it's not, right? But that's just the energy I'm picking up. So I would if you do have a different dream that you're like, oh, I'd love to be, you know, this, then look into it, because that is what you want to live and dream and head toward, right? And if this other job is income while you prepare for the dream, that's part of the dream too. But you're not living to work and do a job. You're working that job to live your dream, right? All right. So there's a difference there. So hopefully that helps, Kritika, Sayani, and many blessings to you. And then balance and bliss. Hello, hello. So you want to know Vijay's feelings for Smita. Will he come to commit to you, and when? All right, let's take a look here. All right. Hmm. Feels like he's undecided right now. Let me just see what his feelings are here. Okay. His feelings overall, I mean, there's a lot of sun, so there's a lot of passion there, but the King of Cups also is balanced between the head and the heart. So, you know, they have this full, you know, range of emotion, very joyful, very, you know, they think about you, and they have emotions for you, and they have passion for you. So there is a lot there. The commitment, you know, I feel like they're trying to figure that out. The emperor is when they're trying to decide, what is it that I want? Let me put form around it, then let me take action around it. I feel like when they decide, it's going to come out of nowhere here and very fast with the Eight of Wands. But based on their current energies, a decision hasn't been made. So, too many things have to be decided before they're able to tell me, will he and when. They just said when he does, and he's in the process of trying to decide what he wants in his life, that he'll make a quick decision, or he'll take quick action once he makes a decision. He doesn't wait around. Once he decides, he knows he's decided, and then boom, he moves on it. So that he hasn't just means that he's just trying to formulate everything in his life and trying to understand what it is, what he wants to do. So undecided right now, in process. All right, so that's what they have for you, balance and bliss, for now. So many blessings to you. And then Grace 1111, you wanted a general reading. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. So any conflict that you've been having here, with the Five of Swords, it could be internal conflict between head and heart, but it also is expressed in the outside world. It can make its way to the outside world, and so you can have conflict out there. Because, you know, What happens in here projects out there. Just know that it's internal. If you're wondering why you're having conflict in the outside world, go back and look into your inner world and look at what are you fearing, because the Six of Swords is about leaving behind old ways of thinking, old fears. It allows you to move forward into new ways of thinking, and it's moving from choppy waters to calmer waters. And that's the resolution of the Five of Swords, right? So you have this movement that happens. And as you change your mindset, like we said, projection. So conflict out there means there's conflict in here. You transform that conflict in here by questioning those fears. It transforms into higher vibration. And then you see the outside world change too. And a lot of this changing of mindset and thinking that's going on in your head also changes things in the outside world, where movement turns into movement. You can change jobs, change locations where you live, change partners. I don't know if that's, but change relationships. Change. There can be a lot of change that happens when this changes too. So that's what they have for you, Grace. Hopefully that helps for right now. So many blessings to you. Then we got hot sun. Hello. What are Matt's energies towards you and the bottom of the deck? You're hoping for some movement. Try some prunes. I'm just kidding. Oh, you know, what are you gonna what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? So his energies towards you, we've got 10 of cups, page of cups. So a lot of positive love energy here. Joy, celebration, very bright. I like all that. In the bottom of the deck, you've got the, Eight of Cups, which I know it's like they're moving away from emotions that don't serve them anymore, and relationships and all sorts of stuff that doesn't serve them anymore. And which means they're like releasing some old emotional stuff below the surface, but they're doing a lot of relationship maintenance with friends, family, coworkers, and different things, which generally means that they're bringing this emotional energy back. You even got on the underneath that the Eight of Wands, so two eights coming in, if that means anything. But it is the return of a lot of emotional energy that they're bringing back to themselves, and that means that they're able to feel that fullness and overflowingness of that Ten of Cups, which will allow them to express emotion more so. Yeah, even on the bottom of the deck under that you have the Five of, Pentacles and the Five of Wands, so 2 fives. You got 2 fives and 2 eights, but, this is where they felt like they were lacking, like, "Well, I don't have a whole lot to give." I feel like they're bringing back a lot of emotion that's been invested in things that, it's like you realize you've been paying for Netflix for a year, and I never watch it. You're like, "Oh, I'm gonna cancel that." Because I don't need that. It's like there's clearing out. They're realizing things are like, yeah, what am I doing that stuff for? Why am I the one that giving? Like I'm keeping these three relationships going with these other people. I give all the energy, but they don't give anything back. Let me just back off halfway, or I'm done with it. And this is the kind of stuff that they're doing. Not you, others. All right. So hopefully that resonates, Hot Sun. That's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. And then Cutie, anything you need to know. All right, let's see. What does Spirit want you to know right now? What's the important thing to know right now? I like this. You do have here, you've got the 10 of Pentacles, which is it's a very big abundance card, but it's a partnership card. And as soon as I saw him, what I heard was with this Queen of Cups who rolls over cups too, gets a second portion. She's very intuitive, but she dives deep into her Akashic records where she can recognize the past life connection she has with people. So she's very in tune with that. And I feel like you're going to be meeting someone where you just are like, "Whoa, who are you? Do I know you from somewhere? I feel like I know you've known you forever." They're like, "No, but I feel the same way about you. You haven't met him in this lifetime, um, but you have lifetimes together before, and you're just drawn together in this lifetime, and you're just like, hey, hey, you know." And I feel like it's important for you to know that right now, because if you're like wondering, I wonder if that's them. I wonder if that's them. You won't have to wonder. You'll be like, "Whoa, I wonder if that person who's glowing and I see unicorns circling around him and the fairies are putting fairy dust on him. Wonder if that's them." You're like, "Oh, I think that is them." It's gonna be that obvious to you, and I feel like you need to know that. So, that's their message right now, cutie. So many blessings to you. All right, and then Goldie, you are up. So an angel message. Let's take a look here. What do the angels want you to know? What do your angels want you to know right now? You have the Nine of Cups, and it's is like this is the dream come true card, but the death and rebirth card that comes with this, I just feel like your angels are saying, there's dreams or pieces of a dream that can die, because these things that can die and be released are not pieces of your dream that you wanted. These are pieces of your dream that you took on from others, other people telling you the shoulds and supposed tos and need tos around, what this dream come true might be. And so you have this clarity that comes in with this because it's like the sifting away of, getting rid of the stuff that isn't part of the dream. And so they're pouring it into this giant sifter and it's shaking and your dream stuff's flowing down, but the big chunky stuff that's a fear of and what other people's opinions were, those are getting stuck and then they dump those and then they resift it again. And I feel like that's what's going on here. They want you to know that if you feel challenged, around your dreams and some confusion around what dreams come true means, it's because it's being ignited to question and here. And they're kind of battling, but there's a lot of, like I said, sifting going on, the sifting sands. So are the days of your dreams. It's like an old soap opera. Anyway, but I like it for you because you have a lot of clarity and you're getting ready to enter a new stage of your life. And that's why they're wanting you to be clear about where you're going to be investing your energy and what's happening and going on there. Sorry, I have to fix this glove. Uh, there was this glove over here that there was a certain finger that was standing up over here, and and I didn't even notice it until right now. And I feel like that's what that's part of the message is that you're telling certain things, about this dream that aren't yours, that they can, you know, f off. And it's hilarious to me. Anyway, your spirit guides are funny. But that's what's going on, Goldie. So I like that. There is this change and this movement and this transformation coming in, and I do feel like you're entering this new stage of your life where you're not afraid anymore to say no to dreams that were given to you that you took on, which are not yours. You're ready to release those. So I like it. All right, Goldie, that's what they have. So many blessings to you. And then Soul Searching Vibe, you are up. You'd like a love reading. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know here about love? Love, love. By Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, I get a little giddy. I'm a little high on spirit for like 3 days. Nonstop readings. I love them. And yeah, you have here, you're moving from the Eight of Swords to the Nine of Pentacles. And 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 the Eight of Swords actually helps you move from the Nine of Pentacles too. Nine of Pentacles, is nine is the hermit's journey. The Pentacles is the outside world. And so this is about you being alone in the garden, but you do have spirit there with you. Here is the Falcon. And this Seven of Swords is that you're becoming aware of your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that you have around love that have cheated you out of love in the past. opportunities for it because here's two swords that you've already looked at and left behind. These are small t truths that are rooted in fear of, losing love, losing, not being good enough, all those delicious fears that we have. But a lot of roles and supposed tos that we've, been poured into our lives growing up about, this is who I'm supposed to be, who this is who they're supposed to be. This is how it's all supposed to be. But you've got this, and then 3 that you're looking at here, and then 2 remaining. So you let 2 go already, you have 3 that you're focusing on letting go. There's 2 more that you'll look at in the future, but it helps you move from this feeling of isolation and being alone and independence. Sorry, gotta adjust here. Falling off my chair. I'm on the edge of my seat. Such a good reading, soul searching vibe. But there's this, movement out of that because these this isolation feel that you've had, and what's going on is to give you the opportunity to release those so that you're not doing what you've done before out of fear and getting what we've gotten out of fear. uh, it's like done with that. And so this kind of solitary confinement, but it's not, it's an invitation inward, which is what you did with spirit. Releasing these things, raising your love vibration, speeds things up to where you are leaving the garden to meet someone, but it's a higher vibrational experience instead of a lower one. So I like this for you, and I feel like you're if you just spend a little more time just on that reflection around, why do I have these triggers? Why do I believe that? What brings me up anxiety when I think about love in a relationship? And is that really true? Can I, my heart be broken? When we look at those things and go, no, it can't. I get to decide what happens to my heart. No one tells me what my heart has to feel. That's me, my job, you know. And I like this transformational type energy there for you, right? So that's what they have for you right now. Soul searching vibe. Hopefully that resonates. Many blessings to you. And then we've got angel blessings. So angel blessings. Today you met with one new person. Why is he interested in you? All right, let's take a look here. What are your intentions towards our angel blessings? We need to know. Feel like an older brother. Come here. What are your intentions? It's interesting here, there they have this conflicting energy with the 5 of wands. And, you know, part of what they are why they're interested in you, I feel is like you bring a calmness around them. I feel like you have the energy that just makes them feel safe, just makes them feel, you're like a beautiful port that's protected that they can go, come in and park their ship at, and then they feel like they're safe from the storm. It's that kind of energy. That's interesting, right? And the Justice card here, it's also this balancing of thought and belief. I feel like there's just a little bit of life lesson energy that's coming in here. I just feel like they're drawn to you because you guys were designed to be drawn together, but that their inner child feels safe around you. But there's also a lot of, opportunities around questioning thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. When this justice card comes in, this balancing that can come in with this way out of balanceness. So I know it's like, what you mean on a scale? I'm the weight they put on the other side to help balance stuff out. I feel like I'm being used. And that's kind of the feeling there. The energy underneath it all is they're trying to find all this stuff for themselves, trying to find this balance and this safety. They're like, "Oh, you can help me." And you're just like, "Yeah, but can you afford my rates? What are you gonna give me?" So I feel like this is more, that they're not ready for a mature relationship. I feel like they're more of a, little bit of codependency that's below the surface there, right? And it's like, yeah, I don't mind helping people, but I don't want to be uh, someone's hero, you know. So that's the kind of energy coming in. I know angel blessings. Why can't I find, that wonderful person? Patience, patience, right? All right. Many blessings to you, angel blessings. That's what they have for you right now. All right. And then ESVOGZE. I'm gonna have to find out how to say that. Is the is the S silent and the V silent? Is it just OG, maybe? Vogue. So, you wanted to check in on your relation, you and that relation, the thing he ran away, who and what will happen. Yeah, you asked also, you lost your other question, do you remember? I do, I did, complete that, reading, um so, if you go back to the original video, in the comments of it will be the link to the new one, the new video, because I don't think I got to you in the session. I It was the makeup session after it when I came back on. So, you should be able to find that, and in the comments of those, it lists the who the reading those makeup sessions were for and where your reading was, so you can check that to find out the reasons, on that one. If you're still having trouble finding it, comment, um, on on this video saying, "I can't find my other reading," and I'll go locate it for you because I can find them pretty fast 'cause I know where how everything works in how I do all my stuff anyway. All right, so check that out, but we'll pull cards here because you said he did it again before. You were purchasing something together and he ran away, and you're like, "Where did it go?" And now you said that you must have come back and now they're off again. Um, so let's take a look here and see what's going on. What does Spirit want you to know about this connection between the two and what is happening here? Yeah. So with the 8 of Cups coming in here, I feel like they're gonna continue to keep running away. I mean, literally, they're walking away. Then they come back, and then they walk away, and then they come back, and they walk away. This Queen of Wands here is you, and this is about you standing up and going, "Enough," "I don't need a rubber band," "If I want a toy that keeps on coming back and forth, I'll buy one of those paddles with the ball and the string attached where it boom, boom. I'll get one of those. I don't need it in human life. I'll go buy a toy. So I feel like, that this is their pattern. This is their norm, that they'll keep doing it over and over. It's like all those cups that were on the bottom of the card were like, well, here's this time. And I did it again. I did it again. They're just collecting cups of this is what I do. So I feel like with that Queen of Wands, it's time just to stand up and go, enough. I don't need this. I can let this go. And I'm going to see, what did I learn about myself through this? Why do I allow this? How do I run away from myself? Because everyone's a mirror. So if you look and go, oh, how do I run away from me? How do I, don't look at what's going on inside of me? How do I sacrifice myself for everyone else? So how can I look at me, and not run away from myself? So they're being a mirror, for you as well with all of that. So hopefully that makes sense, Vogue. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. Again, let me know if you can't find your other reading. I will locate it for you. All right. Many blessings and smooth life. You are up. So, spirit message. Let's take a look here. All right. Oh, boo 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 boo. Are you looking for a commitment in a relationship? Because you do have the Two of Cups and the Justice card coming in here, who, Justice of Peace, someone who can do contractual things, something to do with the court and two people coming together. So I do feel like there's this, nudge from spirit saying this is in your cards. There is commitment, and I would say marriage with the justice card because, that's who the two people come before to get married, right? So I do feel like that. I don't know if you're in a relationship now or if you're looking for one. They're like, yeah, marriage is in the cards, literally, and it's more sooner than later that comes in. Um, you know, with this. So I just feel like it's a message of hope, a message of surety that it is there, so you don't have to um, have concern around it. You can just enjoy the moments now of freedom before it happens. Enjoy your doing the things you love, and not that you won't be able to do it after you're married, but I feel it's like this is the time of really enjoying being single because you'll never be single again. And so just enjoy this, what this feels like, because then you'll thoroughly enjoy what marriage is when that happens. But if we spend all our time going, when, we miss out on all these nows in between. And then we get there and we're like, oh, we got here. Now what? But it's like enjoy each moment as you evolve and transform and head toward that. Right? So that's what they have for you, Smooth Life. So many blessings to you. And then Pinky, you are up next. So have you already met your future spouse? Let's take a look here and see. Have you met your future spouse? Do you know them? All right. What else? Anything else? Right there. All right. Do you know them? Do you know them? you know, um, Queen of Wands came out. And Queen of Wands is about action and movement and connection. But you have the Queen and the King here. Um, King of Pentacles, Earth energy, Earth element energy. And it's like I feel like you know them, like you've met them, but it hasn't yet with this Queen of Wands, it just really hasn't like, bam, like, "Oh my gosh, it's them." So I feel like you've met them now, but I don't feel like, um, the, shock hasn't hit. Yeah, the shock, not in a shock in that way, but like, how you're like, "Oh, wow, that attraction just hasn't sparked yet." So I don't know what the situation was. This person's very grounded, King of Pentacles. So it's like a very earth slow energy. And I almost feel like it's not that you weren't impressed by them, but I feel like whatever situation that you were in, they were very laid back and you were kind of like, wow, they just kind of seem, are you alive? Are you alive? Not that bad, but they were just kind of just really chill. And you were just like, okay. But they have a whole different side of them. It just feels like it was circumstantial. Either they were very tired or something happened where they weren't their usual full selves, but you've met them, but you haven't had that a romantic spark start between you guys yet. So, I don't know if you met someone at a gathering recently, I just feel like it was a party. That's what I'm seeing in my head is like it's a party where you are meeting people and then there's this like, "Oh, okay, you know, I see how it is." But, these 2 cards just came out. The Hermit and the 2 of Cups. So that does feel like they are introverted into themselves, but it's a destined relationship and, you know, that's the whole thing with hermits and big introverts. When you're alone with them, they're not introverted at all. They save all that energy up for aloneness. You're like, "Woohoo!" But anyway, that's what's coming in, Pinky. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Kritika Mahotra. Hello, hello. So general guidance. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? You guys probably noticed it gets bright and then dark, and then bright and then dark. We got clouds that are flying by. We got a lot of high winds way up in the clouds. So the clouds are moving very fast. So they cover the sun and then open up. So don't worry, it's not you, it's the weather. All right, general guidance here. You got the King of Swords who rolls over the sword suit um, with the queen, but also all the kings are given a second portion of air, which makes them the master of the mind, the master of education, too. And the Seven of Cups here, it represents all these options that are, facing you in your life here. I don't know if you've been thinking about going back to school or you're in school and you're trying to figure out what subjects or trying to figure out what you want to do with your life and where you want to head. I'd be surprised if you don't have higher education in your future, certifications at the very least, or learning a new modality or learning a new um, whole new skill. But there is this, you have the Seven of Cups. You have so much that you can be talented at. And I just feel like there's this message here, from spirit here, that to whittle down what it is you really want to do, you know, let your heart definitely have a seat at the table. Because if you're very much in your mind with this King of Swords, then you're going to be looking at, okay, what's best here? What's best here? You're going to be comparing lists rather than what is it that I would wake up in the morning feeling so overjoyed to go do. Put yourself in each one of those scenarios and then see which ones stick and which ones stay. And then if you whittle it down to a handful, two or three, you can take a coin. Heads, this one. Tails, this one. Flip a coin. And if you're like, all right, that's the one I wanted. Or if you're like, oh, well, maybe best 2 out of 3, then the other one isn't what you want anyway, so you don't need to flip again. You're like, well, that's the one I want then. And then you get it down to the remaining 2, right? And you can keep on using that, and it just tells you your energy because if you're disappointed or not, or if you don't care either way. If you're like, then those aren't in either because you don't have a care for it. So hopefully that brings some clarity there for you right now, Kritika. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. Right. And then Anusri, you are up next. So any potential relationship coming to you. Let's take a look here. I thought there was another card in there. Someone's hiding. Maybe you have a secret admirer. You're like, no secrets. Let's see here. Well, it could be here. The you do have a potential relationship coming towards you, and you've got the work card with the 8 of Pentacles, and you got the home card with the 4 of Pentacles. So I'm like, huh, someone someone at work, someone who lives near you or is from home. It just feels like there's this combination, if this makes sense to you, of work and home. Do you work from home? Maybe they work from home too. But I just feel like there's this identification. I feel like it's someone at work, and I know I normally like, I don't want to date someone at work because if it doesn't work out, oh God, awkward. But I feel like you've met them on the job or you'll meet them on the job. Um, but there's something about home too, which again, I feel like it's like maybe they're from your hometown if you're not in it already. But it's like the combination of the two is like, wow, maybe you have some of the same job history or went to the same school even. That the 8 of Pentacles can also be school in addition to work. So, you could be having that, type of energy. So you definitely do have a potential relationship, but I feel like it is someone work or school who is from your hometown, if that resonates. So That's what we have right now for you in Nusri. So many blessings to you. All right, Nat, you want a love reading for April? And yeah, I do have about a couple of handfuls at least left. So hang in there, guys. We're getting there. So Nat, love reading for April. What does Spirit want you to know? Okay. All right. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Did not mean to yawn. It's not about your reading at all, Nat. I woke up extra early this morning. I don't know if it's this all this eclipse energy. I've been waking up like an hour or 2 hours before my alarm even. I'm like, well, might as well get up. Maybe it's time. Old man might need a nap. So sorry. Love reading for April. Focus. You have this, this balancing coming in this your head and your heart. You have mother nature, mother nurture over here with the queen of pentacles on one side. So it is important to nurture yourself, take care of yourself, and it is passion, it is, sensuality, getting out into nature as well. So there is all of this choosing for you, allowing you yourself to be expressed, giving yourself the love that you're looking for. And over here, you also have all this energy and this passion that comes in here. So April does feel like there's these choices, it's like, well, I can stand up for me and spend time with me, have my alone time, get out into nature, do things I love. Or, there's this person that wants to go on a date, but they're only, and you like, they're only interested in passion and you don't see them as like relationship. I don't say relationship material, but relationship material. You know what I'm saying? You're just like, I don't see that they have the capacity to be responsible enough and have emotion involved in this. It's like they're all about the touching and the intimacy and all that. And you're just like, don't know about this. And it's like, well, you know, but I feel like, the love your love reading for April is, they're kind of saying, why don't we choose whoops. Why don't we choose you? It's a month to choose you and to do the things that you love, pamper yourself, love yourself, take yourself on dates, and just allow that a month of yeah. And what do I want? Putting yourself first. And I like this energy by the end of April. You're like ready, for that. So that's what's coming in, Nat, for you right now. So many blessings to you. Right. And then Crystal's Day. You wanted a general reading. So let's take a look here and see what do they want you to know right now. Hmm. So, sorry, I just feel here with the Page of Cups and the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords balancing head and heart, and the Page of Cups here. But I feel see how they're like turned away from one another here. I feel like there's whatever this new love with this love interest that came in. It just feels like there's this disconnect here for a little bit with the Queen of Swords because she's the balancer between the head and the heart. But this turning away from one another really stood out to me. And I feel like, it's just going to take some time for something to transform and come together. I don't feel like there's, well, maybe it's like what really stood out is her face. Let me see if I can have it. Look how stern she looks. And they look kind of happy and goofy, but I just feel like there's some misunderstandings that happen here between the two of you, whoever this Page of Cups is. And but I do feel like you will, whoever it is, that you mend things with them. Here we do have the Mercury retrograde tomorrow, So, throughout the week, maybe there's some challenges with communication, but you do come around, and whoever it is, that did the action or non-actions, the words or the non-words, I feel like that whoever that is, whether that you be you or them or both of you, that you guys reach out and you mend things because you got on the bottom of the deck. You do have the Five of Wands, which is a change and transfer or transformation of energies from something that's fearing and low to something more higher vibrational. So I feel like, whatever the disagreement is, and I'm not sure if it's romantic or not. I don't necessarily feel like it is, like it has to be, but it's like, okay, we've waited a few days, now we're ready, and then the communication is different, more respectful because you don't take each other for granted as much as you did before the altercation, the difficulty with the communication. So hopefully that makes sense to you. That's what they have for you, Crystal's Day. So many blessings to you. And then Akshita Raj, hello, hello. So you want to know the thoughts and feelings of Shabam for you. Are there any chances of reunion between you? He contacted you 2 days ago, and today suddenly unfollowed you. Oops. All right. Let's give these a shuffle here. And let's take a look here. What are the thoughts and feelings and any chances of reunion? All right. I don't know why I'm yawning. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. Yeah, everyone, all you guys are going, stop. All right. You know, their thoughts and their feelings. I mean, they've got a lot of fears. This is, you can see the blindfold and the bound and feeling trapped by all of these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets here. And I feel like they go from, you know, desire, and then all of these preconceived thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, these expectations they have that have been given to them in their life around what is, a relationship is supposed to be, and need to be and have to be and must be. They got these long list of rules that does make him feel blinded and bound and trapped. And so when they do that, when those feelings arise, these fears, fight or flight, they're not going to fight, they flee, and then they're gone. um I don't feel like there's reunion between you because I even though I feel like they're working on their fears and they're working on those things, I feel like this is their pattern, their habit. They flee, they run, they run, they run, they run, they run. Whenever any of these, this is just showing eight, all their many fears, something triggers, they're out, they run. And it's like, I just don't feel like, we've got the mother nature, mother nurture, which is you taking care of you, new birth, new sensuality, moving forward into something different. And so I don't feel like there's a reunion, but I like that, you're taking time for you, caring for you, understanding what you want, so that you don't keep taking back someone who kind of keeps running away. It's like, why? How am I running away from myself when I allow them in my life, right? It's like, oh, what a deep question. How do I run away from myself when I let these people who come and go and run in and out of my life? It's like, okay, this is about me. And like I transform something within me, I stop attracting people like that. Also stop caring about people like that. All right. So that's what's coming in, Akshita. Hopefully that makes sense. But that's what they have there for you. So many blessings. And then Vidi Jalan, hello, hello. You'd like a love reading for the month of April. All right. Again, thank you so much for your donation earlier today, too. All right. Love for April. All right. There is a lot of deep, um, reflection going on here in the month of April for you. Queen of Cups rolls over the cup suit. There you go. And she gets a second portion of cups, which makes her the master of emotions. She dives deep. She's able to really go in there where, you know, uh, people can't go. It's like they're like a deep sea diver. They can, those people that dive, hold their breath and dive and get pearls, like how can you hold your breath that long? Well, that's what the Queen of Cups does. It allows you to dive deep into your emotions, into your emotional world, and your intuition too. But we've got you know I like how they're back to back here. This Nine of Swords is like dreams that you have that are bubbling up from the subconscious, having you look at things, having you review things. This long list of supposed to, shoulds, need tos, have tos, must around love. You're able to release it, and that Queen of Cups allows you to get in there, because one emotion spawns 1,000 thoughts. And so when you go in there and look at one emotion, you have these thoughts that get transformed too. And I like this for you for the month of April. I feel like it's, you know, for love, it's like clearing away and questioning, why do I feel that way? Why do I believe that? Blah, 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 and we get into that inquiry, and then there's this release that happens. And that's what's making the space. It's helping you make the emotional space. It's helping you get back the emotional energy that's being invested in those emotions as well, because it allows you to build back and kind of fill up this vat of emotional energy to help you prepare for a relationship in the future. So I do like that. Yeah. And then they had me cut the cards. You got the Page of Cups and the Knight of Cups and the Nine of Cups and the Three of Cups. All those are on the bottom of the deck when they had me split it up. So there is joy, wishes come true, love coming forth and offering you the chalice, the Holy Grail. So, there definitely is love in the air for you, but this month of April is kind of reevaluating where you're investing energy and some areas you can clear that away through. All right. So that's what they have for you, VD, right now. So many blessings to you. All right. Let's see where we're at here. Let me just see. Okay, here we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 9. So we're under 2 handfuls. So hang in there, everybody. So, Sid Gardner, you are up. So, what are Z's thoughts and intentions towards you? Let's take a look here. Based on their current energy, what's going on in there? So, what we have here. All right. I feel like they're trying to figure out their thoughts and intentions. Their life is pretty much a mental wreck. Capricorn, Saturn energy, the devil card is shaking and rattling up their life and having them question their thoughts and their beliefs and their mindsets, things that they've had all their lives. And they're just really questioning it. Why do I believe that? Why do I believe that? Why am I doing that? I want to go do this. Blah, blah, blah. They got all this stuff going on. So, Page of Swords has that Ace of Swords where they're trying to see things from a higher perspective, letting go of old ways of thinking. That's what both of these cards really represent, is a change of thought and belief and mindset about their lives. And it's such a huge thing. I just feel like their thoughts and intentions are so mumbled and jumbled, and they're not sure of what they want to do and what's the next thing, and they're just kind of going with the flow right now, as they're trying to figure out their entire life, right? They're just, every area I feel like is being challenged. Do I want to work there anymore? Do I want more education? Do I want to live there? Do I want this? Do I want that? Do I want to be with this person? And so they're really um on this, kind of this, I don't know, a mental tornado, a mental hurricane. They're just doing somersaults as they get whipped around, but they're trying to figure things out. So I don't feel like they have so many different thoughts, it's confusing, and they have so many, uh, undecided things in their life. I don't feel like they know what their intentions are yet. They're just trying to figure life out, their life out, right now. So that's what's coming in. I know, Sid. What are you gonna do? Let them fly around and then give them a airsick bag? I don't know, but that's not your battle. Thankfully, you just can go, Okay, well, I'm gonna go about my business until that storm passes." All right. So that's what they have for you, and many blessings to you. And then Tortoise Love, hello, hello. I am doing well. I hope you're doing well. And you want to look at the current feelings, thoughts of your specific person towards you. Okay. Excuse me. I love the little bunny rabbit with the little eggs in the nest that you had there. And happy Easter holiday to you if you celebrate that. Let's take a look here and see current feelings and thoughts of that specific person. Well, there's definitely one thing on their mind with the Knight of Wands and the King of Wands. So a lot of passion, passion, fire, fire, passion, fire, and more passion and passion, passion. And if that was enough, more passion. Feelings and thoughts. I don't know. What's did the full moon activate them? And excuse me, Aries energy. And even on the bottom of the deck, you got the Queen of Wands. So there is a lot of it's energetic attraction, but physical attraction in this passions that they want to express here. And, I just feel like they're very motivated right now by touch and intimacy and sex and all that. And they're not much else is on their mind right now. I don't feel like they have a whole lot in their self-love in their heart, which means that they can't give more love than they have for themselves or receive more love from themselves. I mean, to themselves than they have for themselves. You get what I'm saying? And so I feel like, the little pipeline of emotion is like drip, drip, and whatever you give is drip, drip. And they don't have a whole lot that they can do that because they haven't turned inward and upward a whole lot yet to connect with that, to be able to express it. So, a lot of what they're going through here is all about this is how I express myself. And it could be that's how when they were growing up, that's how they saw other people act or how they might have had things happen to them where they're very um, sexual oriented, in this is what I'm worth. This is how you show people you love them. It's like, well, there's emotions and there's this thing called mental stimulation. And I just feel like right now, Tortoise Love, they are, yeah, they're like a little bunny rabbit. They're like the little white bunny rabbit on your chat that you had put in. They just want to, and not that they want to multiply, they just want to go through the process of multiplying without multiplying. So whatever's going on in their world, it's very, very, very focused on that. So that's what we got, Tortoise. I know, right? You're like, well, oh well. you know, is that enough for now or not? I don't know if they'll do the inner work and look at those things anytime soon. So it's see them for who they are, not who they could be. It's a good message. All right. So many blessings, Tortoise Love. That's what they have for you right now. The tortoise and the hare. That's funny. All right. I just got that. Dun, da, da, da. All right. Let me just move some of these things around so I can get a better idea here. Okay. And then Yanvi Gavandi 27, you wanted a spirit message. So let's take a look here. What does spirit want you to know right now? Nope, none of those. What else? All right. All right. So, you have the Knight of Swords and the 5 of swords. So a lot of mental thinking, a lot of looking into thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. And, the 5 of swords is about conflict between the head oh, no, and the heart. um, so, when you have both of these, there is this movement. Yeah, you have to drop some of these thoughts because they went down under the desk. Luckily, I have other tarot here, so I don't have to go dive in under the desk on camera. I may not come back. So, there are these thoughts and these beliefs and these mindsets, the confliction between head and heart that does move into the outside world. And there could be conflicts then where we're trying to prove that our small t truths that are rooted in fear are more truer than their small t truths rooted in fear. But they're both lies because as you pursue that Knight of Swords is in pursuit of the Ace of Swords, which is the, Ace of Swords that's connects you to the capital Chi truths rooted in unconditional love, and it's very different. When you're finding that higher truth, then you don't worry about the small t truths anymore because you understand that those are lies, and you're like, well, I'm seeking the truth. I'm seeking seeing things from a higher perspective. You stop needing to defend your small t truths because real truth doesn't have to be defended. It just is, right? And I like this, transformation that happens with all of this because as you discover those truths and then you're able to cut away the small t truths that don't serve you as you expand those, and then you're able just to get along with people. It's not even like, "Oh, I have to agree to disagree." You're like, "Where are you coming from? Okay, I see. All right. Yeah." They're like, "Well, you need to believe what I believe." And you're like, "Well, you know what I can tell you is I'll think about it." "Mhm, okay, that's fair," and you're like, "But I'm really gonna spend most of my time thinking about that higher stuff." But I'm happy to just think about that, and one of the things that used to help me not argue with a whole lot of people anymore was, people to go, "Well, what do you think about that?" And they would try to push me for an answer, and you go, "Right now in my life, what I'm focusing on is I'm seeking unconditional love. Once I find that, then I'll go on to the next important thing. So right now, I really don't have an opinion on that. I'm just seeking that." And they're like, "Okay, what are you going to say to that, right?" "No, you must. You must decide now." So I feel like there's this, you can get out of this conflict that you're having in here with your heart and with other people by looking at things from a higher perspective, looking into unconditional love and releasing these fears, these supposed to be's, these should be's, the needs to be's, expectations, right? The have to be's and all those. Go, why do I feel that way? And let me look at it from a different perspective, a higher perspective, rooted in unconditional love. All right, Yambi, that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And then Magana, you are up next. Let's see. Let's switch to, we're going to use the Sufi Tarot since the card's way down there. All right. So Magana, you want to know, what does your future self want you to know right now? Right now. All right. What does your future self want you to know here? All right. That's funny. It has got these two cards in that old other deck together, which is the King of Wands and the Prince of Wands. A lot of fire, a lot of passion, a lot of movement. The Son of Staves, the Knight of Staves, is in pursuit of the Ace of Wands. They're on this quest for it, and the King has it. And so I feel like there is this one side of a message is, why are you spending a lot of energy trying to find something you already have? And this could be love, which the love we have inside of us, we can spend so much time questing out here, not going to find it. We already have it in here. It's like Rumi says, I don't have to find love. I just need to discover the obstacles that I created between me and love, realizing who I really am. So that's one piece of it. The other is that you have such an opportunity to super focus your energy and go in direction. And I feel like once you get clarity on something, you just go for it and you head off and you're like zoom, 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 zoom. So a lot of energy, a lot of opportunity of energy of ignition that's here. And we do with this Aries energy, with this eclipse energy, with Pluto moving into, has moved into Aquarius. There's a lot of change, movement, go, 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 go. So you have this great um, resource of a lot of energy that you can put forward. But the first things first is to really gain clarity on what it is you truly want, not just what you feel, supposed to's, and not like, well, I've always gone in this direction. I don't want to change directions. I've invested so much in this direction. It's like if that's not what you want, then but I feel like you're really taking a lot of focus in on that and on that energy. And you're able to use that energy and access that energy to really seek and search and take steps towards your passion. King of Wands is like the emperor, where they discover, all these advisors, a lot of them self-appointed, blah, 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 in their ear, opinion, opinion, opinion. And they're like, well, but what do I want? Thank you everyone for your opinion. Clear to the throne room. I'm going to decide. I'm going to put together a plan. I'm going to take action toward it. I like this energy for you here too. So I like it. There's they want you to know you got. All you have to do is decide, get out of your head, away from everyone else, step into your heart. What is it that your high heart wants? Let's go. So I like it. So that's what's coming in, Magana. Hopefully that resonates. So many blessings to you. And then God's daughter. Hello, hello. You're up next. So, how come everywhere you go, you keep on seeing love messages? Is that Andre talking to you, telling you how he feels, and him saying sorry to you? All right, let's take a look here. I'm assuming Andre is still alive, right? Because I was saying, your spirit guides are so funny because they were like, well, unless he's dead, that's not him. Yeah, yeah. Nope, it is. The Three of Cups is your spiritual posse. They're like, it's us, not him. And so your spirit guides, your guardian angel and your angels, your loved ones on the other side, your ancestors, all of your spirit guides. This is a card that to me represents them. And you've got two threes here, which is all about creativity. But this is the Empress, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing yourself. And this is them nurturing you, letting you know that you're loved. So these love messages are actually from your spiritual team and creator in the spirit world, letting you know that they love you. You are eternally and unconditionally loved from them. And this Empress is about new birth, I just really feel like it's a time to let Andre go. I just don't feel like they are, um, you know, the match that you are destined to have in this lifetime. It's just like they were not an accident that you guys came across each other's path, but now you've learned what you've needed. You've had the experiences with them that you've needed to have with them in order to learn the things you were wanting to learn by that. And you're learning, you're reflecting, going, what am I learning about myself with our interactions? And it's like you're going to have to give yourself the apology that you'll never get from them, because the angst, the pain, the suffering is happening inside of you, not out there. They're oblivious. They're like, well, so I hurt him. So, that's the kind of energy that I feel from them, is like they don't have this awareness of how much they hurt you, and a whole lot of care that they did. They're like, that's their problem, not mine. And it is, they're true. Our pain happens in here, not out there. So forgiveness, I've heard it is a beautiful way of saying it is forgiveness is when we choose for us to no longer be a bucket full of pain, a source, a vessel of pain because of someone else's actions or non-actions, their words or their non-words. I am refusing to be a vessel of pain for that anymore, and I'm pouring that out. And I'm not gonna forget, I'm not gonna let anyone else do that to me, but I've become this empty vessel that allows it to be filled with love. When it's so full of pain, I can't get love coming from somewhere else. But I wouldn't expect an apology ever from Andre, and, um, I just feel like it's, you know, he's served his purpose, but I don't feel like he's supposed to be, he's not destined to be in your life anymore. And so I feel like the fears you have around this interaction is what will set you free if you take a look at them and try to understand them. Okay. So that's what they have for you, my dear. But it's spirit that's giving you love message all over the place saying, we love you, we love you, we love you. That's the love we're looking for. Eternal, unconditional love. Love out here, fickle, falls short, retail price, we end up on the clearance rack. We turn inward, upward, we find this beautiful love. We feel full and complete, and we feel priceless. So there's a difference between the two, right? All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. And then Ali, you are up. You want to know why did Deja stop talking to you out of the blue? Will you talk again? All right. Yeah, in the day of social media and texting and everything else, it's just funny how, people can stop communicating. Whereas we're used to being, in front of each other, it's harder to do, right? So why did they do that here? You know, they've got the 7 of staves, which the reason why they stopped talking out of the blue is they're just in this place of being themselves, being free, being, on the top of the hill. And I just feel like there's this energy of, I guess I keep hearing freedom, freedom. They don't want to be feeling restricted, feeling trapped, feeling, controlled, feeling anything. They're just like, I want to be free. And so, that's where they're at with all of that. Will you talk again? I really don't feel you will. You got the daughter of coins, the page of pentacles, which is new opportunities opening up in the outside world. I just feel like you're gonna meet someone else, and you're not gonna worry about, you know, um, reacquainting with Deja, because I just feel like they're just, you know, at a point in their life, they just don't want any, not any strings, but they just don't want any pressure, and that they not that you gave them any pressure, it's but in here is where they believed that, "Oh, I got all this stuff, this is where the pressure happens," right? And so like, "Oh, I bet they want this and this and this, and I'm not prepared to give that." And it didn't even come out of your mouth, or even maybe you don't even want that, but in here, they have a whole other story going on about what you were wanting. And I just feel like it's part of the journey and it's okay to let it go. You don't have to pursue it. It's like, okay, because it tells you, you don't want to be with that yourself. If people won't communicate when something's wrong and they'll just ghost and disappear, say la vie, right? Thank you. Thank you for doing that for me, you know, because I want someone who communicates. If something's going on, talk. Let's talk about it. Let's not just disappear. So anyway, that's what they have for you, Ali. So hopefully that helps. All right. Many blessings. All right. Just got 3 more to go here. So hang in there, everybody. All right. And then Ahmed, you are up. So you wanted to the feelings of your girlfriend. She's a Virgo. That sounds familiar. You're a Cancer, right? I don't know why I remember that. Spirit, of course. Duh. But let's take a look. What are the feelings of this Virgo? So the feelings, that they have here, there's the 4 of coins, the 4 of pentacles is like a solid foundation of finances in the outside world. And so they see that as, it's solid, it's stable. There's this like stability that comes, with all that. But it's about the outside world, and that usually means solid money, solid home kind of thing. But they're really in their head here with the King of Swords. The King of Swords rolls over the swords, plus they also have a um, second portion of air. So they're the master over overthinking. And so they're very much in their head. They're very much in, you know, caught up in the intellectualism and all of that. And it sounds familiar, right? I think when you asked, because you haven't been, wow, I don't know, I'm remembering this, but you know, haven't been in contact for 4 months, and what are their feelings? What's going on with them? Are they cheating on you? And I feel like they found someone. Didn't we get the King of Swords with that reading too? It feels familiar, which with the hundreds of readings I do a week, I don't know. It has to be spirit with all of that. So I just feel like they're really caught up in, this someone that feels more compatible with them with their minds because they're caught up in all that and they're like, well, it's stable and safe in, you know, when they were with you, but they're wanting more. They're wanting more expansiveness and open minds and all of this, things. And I feel like that's where they've gone to, in their mind. They're just wanting more there. So I just feel like it's, good. I just feel like I think with the reading that we had before is that they were, ready. Both of you are ready to be with someone who's more compatible and more, of the same. And I feel like you guys had some things in common, but feel like you were on different, it was that, okay, they're bringing back that, they're in the air, the bird flying and, you're a fish in the sea. How were you guys going to meet and have a relationship? It's like every once in a while, you as a fish hold your breath and go into their world and I got to get back. And then they're in, there's like a bird that dives into the sea. They can spend a little time, but I got to get back, And so I just feel like you need someone who can just stay by your side and not die. A bird, if it stays under there, drowns. If you have fishes up there, it suffocates, Uh, so I just feel like that's the message that's coming in here, Amen. So I know, yeah, you really love her, but I know it's time for transformation. Okay, all right. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. And then Sandra Jones, you are up, and you want to know what do your guides and angels want you to know? All right, let's take a look here. What do your guides and angels want you to know? All right. All right. So, the tower event, and I feel like this has already happened. There's something that happened where it was sudden, something was removed out of your life or someone. There was this shaking up that has happened in your life. I mean, I feel like it's already happened. So if it hasn't, buckle up, Buttercup. I'm just kidding. I feel like it already has. And they just want you to know here that with this sudden change, the suddenness, because it feels like it came out of nowhere like a lightning strike, and then this person is gone or the situation has changed. You're like, whoa, what just happened? But you've got your higher self here with the Hierophant and the Queen of Swords. Both of these represent looking at things, the capital T truth, seeing things from a different perspective. And this tower moment with all of this that's, happened and done is what brings around the situation to have you take a step back and be able to see things differently and that transforms. The Queen of Swords also is about balancing the head and the heart. So, I just feel like they want you to know that everything that happens in your life is always for you. While that tower is burning down, it's hard to be like, this is for me, this is for me. But, it's like the wheel of fortune. It is the tune of for you. And when you realize and switch that up, we do move from a place of victimhood where life is happening to us to a place of empowerment where life is happening for us. And it allows us to embrace what happened, especially when after they clear away all the rubble of the tower and they replace it with a brand new one because he had great insurance on it. In fact, it was a castle at one time. The other 3 pillars had fallen, and all he had left was the one tower. Now there's 4 towers, and there's walls up, and there's a whole new castle in there, and it's like, wow, it's up to date, and the roof isn't leaking, and the rats are gone, and, all this stuff. It's like, wow, this is for me. And I feel like that's what they want you to know is just to be aware of this big rattlings that happen. Eventually, we see how they're for us. And then when we can't yet, that's where faith comes in. That's where trust comes in that this is for me in some way, that I will see it one day, either here or on the other side, but I will know and I will see it someday. But I can trust that the universe is kind and they have nothing but benefit for us in mind with when life is unfolding. All right. So that's what they have for you, Sandra Jones. So many blessings to you. And then the last reading I have here is for Akshita Raj. And if I missed anyone, my deepest apologies. I I thought I was very, very careful. I hardly ever miss anyone because I'm so meticulous. It's my Capricorn rising. But I will be back next Friday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. In the meantime, I have a ton of free content on my main page if you want to check that out. Eclipse energy, equinox energy, Aries season energy, weekly pick a cards with on the moons, meditations, a bunch of free content, and my podcast from chaos to cozy. So if you want to find some wisdom and some answers, follow your heart. Spirit will guide you for there. Also, I offer personal readings, life purpose, relationship, past lives, some others. All that's listed in the description box of the video if you are interested in that too. And right. And you have like 7 more hours for the life purpose readings at half price. They shall be moved back to full price in the morning when I wake up, or late tonight if I'm up late, late, late. But we'll see. All right. So thank you guys again for all your patience. And when I'm done here, as soon as I'm done with Akshita's reading, once I sign off, I will jump back on. Not jump back on. I will post a comment and pin it, the order on which all the readings were completed so you can find your reading more quickly. All right. All right, here we go. So, hello, hello, Akshita. You want to see, will you get into a relationship with Siobhan Raj again? What are his thoughts and feelings for you? He contacted you 2 days ago. Today, he suddenly unfollowed you. Well, this sounds familiar. Did we already do that one earlier? Yep, there it is. So actually, we already did that earlier, so I'm done. Sometimes people will post their question multiple times, and I didn't catch that. So, but I did. I reminded it, and I see it right here that I did it already. So we're done. All right, everybody. Again, thank you so much for all your patience, all your love, all your sweat, and your thirst for searching after spirit. And remember, every second of every day of your life, you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you may be in the world. We'll see you later in the week. Till then, much love to you. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. And we'll see you.